Hi everybody. It's been a while since I posted a video about radio control stuff. Here's the latest thing that I've been working on at the moment. It's a Hobbyking BA Hawk that I bought just to get back into flying again. But the main thing I wanted to do was convert it from the T-45 to a Hawk 127, which we use here in Australia as a jet trainer. So basically, the kit would consist of a nose cone, which would bolt on the glue on the front, a new tailplane, and also an all-flying tailplane, which would consist of like a pillow block with bearings, and everything would link back up in there. It's still all the standard powertrain at the moment. I'll probably update the ESC because from what I can tell in the reviews, they're pretty bad from standard. So I've modelled up the basically what the kit would consist of to have 3D printed. So here you can see the nose cone, which would glue in the front there. It's all hollowed out. It also would have these wingtip rails, which I've left blank. I may do a different version later with some weaponry on them, but they'll just bond into the wingtip. And here's the tail section. So it's an all-flying tailplane. It's all 3D printed. This axle goes reasonably amount of the way through on the actual surface. It makes it a little bit hard for it to go quite a ways through because of the anhedral that is there. You can see these pillow blocks here, which would just bond into the foam, and I'm sure once they get made I'll do another video of how they get glued in. They have a 1/4 inch flanged bearing, which would glue in there, and the horn is down here. Now I would have liked the horn to be facing upwards, but with the space limitations that we have in the back, putting it towards the bottom and more so in the airflow of the fan was not ideal. But at least the force here, when it's going in an up elevator, if it'll work, would be pushing backwards on the horn instead of forwards, which should save some of the load on this forwards edge here, in like a negative G maneuver. One of the big concerns that I did have was that there is no, basically the only thing that's holding these tailplanes in orientation would be the glue. So there'd be quite a lot of torsional strain on the glue and on those components. So it is a pretty light airframe, so I wouldn't expect the forces on the tail to exceed the limits of the glue, but you never know. If it fails, it fails. If it needs to be updated in future, then so be it. It also would have this vertical tail as well, which has a few little scale features on it. It's actually taller and deeper than the T-45 standard tail, which I wanted to replace anyway because the materials basically were like a hamburger box material, styrofoam. It's just junk. So it would have needed to have been made out of balsa or plywood or something, but I figured everything else would be 3D printed, so why not that? So anyway, that basically sums up where I'm at the moment. I have a quote for 3D printing, and it's going to be about $250 to have that made locally. To get it done through Shapeways, it's like $450. And I'm sure if the place that I would be having it made at locally didn't have their like setup fees, it'd be somewhere around the $100 mark. So, you know, I don't need the quality on the parts to be perfect, because they will need refinishing and painting and all that sort of stuff anyway. So, you know, if it works, it works. That's great. So anyway, that's it for now. Yeah.